All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to You Need Abs. My name is Skylar, and we're going to go ahead and get started on the floor today. We have 5 minutes to go ahead and get warmed up, and then we're going to get started with 8 different exercises, all focusing on the core today. So make sure you view the description on the playlist and this video, and get your music ready if you'd like to follow our playlist on Spotify, and let's go ahead and get started. So first, I want you to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. Bring your arms out to the side and take a big inhale, palms up, bring your arms up overhead. And then exhale, open your arms out as you start twisting your torso to the right. Big inhale, back up, arms up overhead. And exhale, open your arms out to the left. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep thinking about pulling your belly button in. Big inhale, arms up, shoulders down and back. And exhale, start twisting to the left. Great job. Let's go ahead and plant the hands on the ground and rotate over to a quadruped position. You're going to take a big inhale, look forward, drop your belly down into cow. And exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone for cat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, pull that belly button up. We want to warm up the entire core. Inhale, drop the belly down. Exhale, round up. On your next inhale, I want you to walk your hands forward just a little bit and push out into a high plank. If you have any wrist issues, you can always come down to your elbows. And if this is a little bit difficult for you at the moment, you can always drop your knees down and hold the plank from the knees. Go ahead and keep holding here. Maybe rocking forward and back. Just starting to engage the core, push yourself away from the ground. On your next exhale, slowly start to push your hips up and back into a downward dog position. Extra moves just to stretch it out. Look back towards your belly button. And then on your next inhale, I want you to slowly start to march your arms back towards your toes. We also want to work on warming up the shoulders because that's a very important part of our torso. Let the head relax and let's slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, letting the shoulders roll back and the head come up last. Great job. Legs are going to come out wide. Slowly start to shift your hips from side to side, bending one knee and then the other. And notice if you feel any on the ground, but you're going to twist your torso towards the bent knee. So now you're trying to keep your arms straight out from your shoulders so you're not shrugging, and you're pulling your belly button in. We're warming up the core. Find that nice deep twist. See if you can inhale and lengthen your spine. Exhale and twist a little bit deeper. Find your breath here. Deep breath in. One more, elbows out wide. See how deep you can squat as much as you can without any pain. And then drive up, balance on one leg as you crunch your opposite knee to opposite elbow. Deep as a squat as you can. Crunch, opposite knee, opposite elbow. You got it. So today after the warm-up, we're going to start with the beginnings of a Turkish Get-Up. And if that is something that you are already familiar with, great. And if it's something that you've been wanting to learn, then this is perfect for you. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you'll definitely learn something new today. So it's all great. So you can always mark this video, save it in your playlist. If you're trying to work on the Turkish Get Up, this is a great place to start. One more time here and shake it out. I want you to slowly start to come into a high knee run just to get that heart rate up a little bit. And if running is not in your practice today, just turn that into a high knee march. That's great. All right, we're just going to get the heart rate up. Almost there. We're getting ready to come back down to the ground. If you do have a heart rate monitor, it's great to use it just to gauge your effort level throughout this workout today. All right, let's go ahead and bring the feet together. Inhale your arms up nice and tall. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Reach for your toes, and again, we're walking the hands out back to a plank again. Take your time here, slowly lowering down to the mat or to the ground. And then you're going to slowly start to roll onto your back. And if you have a dumbbell or a plate or any type of weight or ball or something like that, you're welcome to use it, but you can also do this with just your body weight. So we're starting with the Turkish Get Up. The right leg is going to be bent, the left leg is straight. And I want you to think about digging your heels down into the ground at the edges of the mat. So notice my legs are not zipped up together. A little bit of space, and your right arm, the same side as your bent knee, is punching up towards the ceiling, okay? Now just for this one, because we're practicing the sit-up, you're gonna bring your left hand behind your head, and you're going to slowly start to crunch up as if you're punching your right fist, your right dumbbell, whatever you're holding in that right hand, you're punching it up towards the ceiling. See how high you can really punch up. Maybe you can get a full sit-up, which eventually you'll be getting to, but we're gonna use a little bit of support here. Okay, so notice that even as I start to sit up, I'm still punching straight up towards the ceiling. And once you get the hang of it, and you don't have to watch the video anymore, see if you can turn your gaze and look straight up towards that right hand as it's punching up towards the ceiling. Okay, so notice if you can start to sit all the way up. We have one more here. Great job. Let's go ahead and switch sides and see how that feels. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring the dumbbell to the left hand. Now the left knee bends and the right leg is straight. Take a moment to look at your legs. Make sure they're not zipped up together. They're about the width of the mat. And again, just for this one, you normally wouldn't, but just for the sit-up, I'm gonna let you put your right hand behind your head just to have your head relax so that you're not straining your neck. Straight up towards the ceiling. And you might stay here, you might add some weight to your hand, or you might be able to sit all the way up. And this side might feel a little bit different, okay? Especially if it's your non-dominant side, you might feel a little bit less control. Think about digging your heels down, root yourself up as you punch that weight straight up overhead. Engage the core and see how strong you can be through the entire motion. So notice I'm not just completely collapsing down onto the ground. You want to really make sure you're controlling in both directions, because in the Turkish Get Up, over time, I'm going to teach you how to get all the way up, but also how to get all the way down. So slowly, one more time, and then we can go ahead and release that weight. So now you can bring your hands behind the head, and you're going to do a reverse crunch. So you're going to bring your knees up into your chest, try to lift the hips off the ground, and then you're going to kick one leg out at a time like a bicycle. Both knees back together. See if you can crunch all the way up, and then you start with the right leg, out and out. Great job. Both knees in all the way up. Start with the left leg, out and out. Both knees in all the way up. Start with the right. There we go. We're almost there. Keep it up. Reverse, crunch, and a bicycle. You got it. Last one. Let's slowly start to roll all the way over onto your backs. Next, we have a back extension. And we're going to point the toes, press the feet down into the ground, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest and the arms up, and then circle your arms all the way back around. See if you can rotate palms up all the way to your lower back, as if you're getting handcuffed. Hopefully you don't know what that feels like. And then you're gonna slowly start to release all the way back and release back down. This is under control here. Squeeze the glutes, point the toes, inhale to lift, exhale, slowly start to rotate. Bring those palms all the way to the low back and reverse direction. Under control here, all the way back down. Great work. Inhale to lift, squeeze the glutes. Here we go. You got this. We're working the entire torso here. We want to make sure that our whole core is strong and mobile so that we can maintain our posture all day long. It's not just a six-pack, but it will help you get there. There you go. One more time. Big inhale, lift, rotate those arms all the way back, around, behind the back, release all the way back and down. Great job. We're going to go starting with, so you're starting with the right arm first. Right arm goes down to a forearm plank, up to a high plank. Now let's start with the left. Down to a forearm plank, up to a high plank. Great job. So we're going to keep rotating through here, always alternating which arm you're starting with. And if this is a little bit too much, or if you feel any back pain, first start by dropping the knees down right where they are. And if that's still too much, you can also raise your hands up. Think about using a bench or a staircase. And the higher your arms can go, the more you'll be able to focus on technique until you increase that core strength. Let's try to get one more in, nice and strong. And then we're dropping the knees down. We're in a quadruped position now, and we're going to be working on hovering the core and tapping the shoulders. So if you've ever done a plank shoulder tap before, it's very similar. Check to make sure your hands are under your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and then you're hovering the knees over the ground, lifting the belly button up, and then tapping your opposite shoulder. You're trying to minimize the sway back and forth. You got this. Each time that hand comes down to the ground, make sure you're evenly pressing away from the ground. You got this. Keep the belly button strong and relax. Go ahead and bring those knees all the way back down to the ground. From here, we're going to maintain the quadruped position, and you're going to lift the left thumb up like the letter Y, followed by the right. And then the left thumb comes out like a T, straight out to the side, followed by the right. And then you're bending the elbow like a W, followed by the right. Okay, so that was one. Let's go back to the right side. The right arm starts with a Y, followed by the left. Then we're going out to a T. Think about pushing yourself away from the ground. Here we go. Back to that W. And release. Good. Go ahead and push your hips back into child's pose. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale it all out. And then you're going to slowly come into a seated position. Okay, if you're familiar with some yoga, this is Dandasana staff posture. Trying to think about your legs nice and strong. Sit up tall here. Bring your hands down to the ground. I want you to keep your feet flexed. See if you can lift and pike your legs up. And then slowly lower back down. Lift and pike and lower. Pull that belly button in. You can press your hands down into the ground a little bit. Really try to lift up through the core without hunching forward. Lift the chest. Here we go. Working on the pike up. You got this. Strong abs, strong core, strong posture. You might be feeling this a lot in the hip flexors. And if you are, you can slowly bend your knees and you can try the same thing. Still a lot of hip flexors, but you're still trying to think about just engaging the core. Try to use your core to pull your thighs as close to your chest as you can. We're almost there. Here we go. And 2 and 1. Great job. We're going to go ahead and lay flat on the back. Arms and legs are straight limb dead bug. So start with the legs and arms straight, feet are flexed. Opposite limb is reaching down and back up. Opposite limbs reaching down and back up. Here we go. We got this. Think about pushing your low back down into the ground, engaging the core. Keep pulling your belly button in. All right, we're almost there. We're working the entire core here. Keep it up. Opposite limb reaches, and then exhale to come back up. Here we go. And if you've done another video before and you've seen the other dead bug variations, feel free to choose those as well too. We have the bent knees, we have just the legs. So remember, use the variation that you know best. The more you do these videos, the more you'll learn different. And then we'll slowly start rocking forward and back and see if you can use this momentum to come up to a seat, come up to a balance. Maybe release your arms, engaging the core. We're almost there. And 3, 2, 1. Great job. Okay, back to a plank challenge to finish us off today. High plank, hands on the ground, push out through the heels, push yourself away from the mat. All right, here we go. Stay here nice and strong. If at any point you need to take a break, just push your knees down and push your hips back to child's pose. Take a big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. And if you had to take a break, go ahead and join back in with us when you're ready. You shouldn't be feeling any of this in your back. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Now bring your right hand to center and see if you can slowly rotate your feet, pivoting your toes to the side. Now we're coming into this side plank. You can try reaching up straight up overhead. You can try stacking your feet on top of each other. Just make sure you're not rounding forward. So try to lift yourself up and push yourself away from the ground. Think about pushing and pulling your lats and your obliques away from the shoulder here. Reach up nice and long. You got it. Keep squeezing. We're in the last few seconds, and then you guessed it, we're going right into the other side. If you can, see if you can transition through front plank all the way to the other side. I'm going to flip over this way so that you can still hear me. And if you still want to be able to see the video, you might need to do the same too. All right, so let's go ahead and try to push yourself up away from the mat. Again, you can have your feet staggered, or you could try to stack your feet here. Open up your chest, reach up nice and long. We're almost there. Keep breathing. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Let's finish strong with this last plank challenge. We're almost there. Keep breathing. Last 5. And slowly lower all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Great job today. I hope everyone feels strong in the core. And regardless of when you're doing this, it can be a great way to just get a workout in if you're tight on time throughout the day, but it also complements another workout. So you can also view any of the other videos, look at the playlist that we have on YouTube, and pair this one up with any of those videos. It's a great complement. And if you like to go out for a run or a bike or a swim or a walk, then this is also a great one to add to that. Let's keep the left knee into the chest, straighten out the right leg, and slowly start to pull your left knee across your body all the way to the ground into this supine twist. And then you're going to reach your left fingertips out far and see if you can turn and look towards those left fingertips. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Great work today. Slowly start to unwind. Straighten both legs out as you rotate through center. Bring that right knee into your chest. Hug it in tight. And then let's slowly start to bring it across the body, reaching your right fingertips out long. Turn and look towards that right hand. Deep inhale. And exhale completely. Slowly start to roll over onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. Maybe curl up, bringing your forehead up to your knees, stretching out your neck. And then slowly start to rock all the way back up, all the way to all fours. We're going to thread the needle so the hands are pressing into the ground. Left arm is going to inhale, sweep up, opening up the chest, and then exhale, reach as far through as you can underneath that right wrist. See if you can get that shoulder down to the ground, and then your right hand is pressing down into the mat to try to flip and pull your shoulder blades apart. Start to notice if you can feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Deep inhale and deep exhale. On your next inhale, we'll slowly start to release. Bring that arm all the way back up towards the ceiling, and then let's go ahead and switch sides. The right arm is going to inhale up, and then exhale, reach as far through as you can. Try to reach that shoulder down towards the ground, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Great job today. And if you are somebody who is adjusting to a work from home schedule, see if you can make a positive impact on your other colleagues' lives. See if you can make a break throughout the day and maybe join us with one of these short videos together. You never know who might need a little bit of your help and motivation for support. Inhale, sweep that arm all the way back up. back to all fours. Bring the knees out wide, big toes together. Push your hips back for child's pose. And let's slowly walk the fingertips over to one side so you feel that nice stretch through the side. Find your breath here. And then slowly start to walk your hands over to the other side. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Slowly come back to center. We can stretch the hips forward into cobra, lifting the chest, pulling the shoulder blades down and back. Find that nice stretch, and then on your exhale, tuck your toes, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, and then slowly start to march your feet up towards the top of the mat, forward fold. Take your time, one vertebrae at a time, slowly rolling up, letting the shoulder blades come back, and flip the hair out of the way if you have it. Great job today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are working on bringing more and awesome videos back to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out through email. You'll find my email listed in the descriptions. Have a great day.